Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to pre-market update. Futures are going towards buy zone. These green lines are the buy zones. You can see S&P 500 going towards buy zone below 53.56. These are three standard deviation. There's also this gap around 55.66, which is still not filled. But regardless, it wants to probably go touch probably the zone to get some buying power, I guess. And there are a few reasons for that. We'll review that. Bitcoin also, you can see near resistance, probably going to go down to 84,000 to buy, get some power, and then pick up probably. Ethereum also in the middle line. Let's look at some point of control where we are right now. This is S&P 500 point of control MES chart, and you can see point of control is around 54.31 right now, pretty close to that. Okay, for some reason, if they want to dump it to 5300, so that's where, so let's say 5310 to be precise. And if we go to this chart, let's see where that is. 5300 is here near second standard deviation. Okay, between first and second standard deviation, that will be a good area to buy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's go back to point of control chart. Here you go, and this is where it should mostly hold. And if they want to, again, if they want to dump it, looking for 2.2% dump to 5300. And if you want to pump it, there's above point of control 2% here around 55.43, then a gap fill around 55.67. Okay, 2.49%. That's what we're looking on S&P 500. And Nasdaq, similar story. Nasdaq point of control is here around 18,500, and if they pump, they're gonna take it to 55.91. Okay, so let's look at daily chart and let's see how things are coming up on S&P 500. You can see where we are right now. We're near resistance. Okay, so if you want to draw a box here, you can see here. So we are now near resistance. Okay, so we can see support here, and then we broke down from this support. Now we're back testing this resistance. So it's a very critical time, like in order for this to go above, there's this big gap fill around this yellow line you can see here, 56,400. Like if I remove these circles, you can see here this resistance here, you can see big gap down, that will be filled. There are gaps, one, two, three gaps here, but it really needs to push above that. We need some news like settlement between China and US, and news like that for this to break through. Else we could get a higher low and then probably gonna go higher to bounce from here. Okay, so let's see if we can get any of news like that. This is live market here. You can see here not able to close above that. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see what's happening here right now. Let it load. Sometime it takes more than required time. Here you go. MES chart, you can see here now holding support near red and yellow lines, which is 50 moving EMA and SMA. So you can see double couple of touches here, holding support nicely here on that. Let's see if it can bounce. As long as it's above this blue line, it's all good. Okay. So again, so you got the point. On Nasdaq, similar story, little weaker than S&P 500, but still holding support here. If you go to daily chart on NDX, a very similar situation here. Okay, so it got rejected here just yesterday in front of resistance. You can see this whole area is resistance, not able to close, but there are multiple gaps to the top side. So let's see if they're going to get a pullback and then bounce. That's possible. If we get news anytime between US China things settling down, this is going to help probably push the market to all these gap fills here, the multiple gaps here. So keep that in mind. Also, I want to show you on weekly chart how things are, so that we are keeping an eye on that. Weekly chart getting a 9 counts buy signal on. You can see QQQ, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 as well. And even on live market, you can see here weekly buy signal, 9 counts buy signal. So which is good news overall. Things are looking good. Dow Jones daily chart, you can see same story here in front of resistance, couple of gaps here, and IWM, same story. IWM is very weak compared to other indices. You can see still didn't even go there yet. So it's finding resistance near 10 moving average. So pretty weak. Not sure what's the reason. Okay, so now going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is finally trying its everything it can to go above all the moving average. Lot of resistance here, guys. Lot of resistance here. Like if you draw a box here, now you can see a lot of this whole area here. This is the box, okay? And it really needs to break out. Again, any news can help it go higher, but we are waiting for a news for it to break out. And if I go to weekly chart, you can see finding support on 50 moving average, 8 counts buy signal, now trying higher. So it looks like it's bouncing, bottom is in and trying to go higher. Ethereum, same thing here. If I go to daily chart, you can see 7, 8 counts buy signal, trying to follow Bitcoin. So we'll see if it can do that. No gaps on BTC futures to the top side. Ethereum has multiple gaps to the top side, so keep that in mind. It can a lot of potential for Ethereum to go higher. In terms of tech stocks, Tesla again yesterday managed to close green, like flat, basically down 0.9% again today. Not able to close above, for some reason, not able to close significantly above this white line, 20 moving average. Struggling a lot. Not sure what's going on. Let's go to 1 hour chart. You can see here this blue line, which is 200 EMA, putting a lot of pressure, okay, on this Tesla chart. So let's see when and if it's going to break out. Probably needs some kind of a good news for it to break out. Very, very tough for Tesla bulls here. Apple had a nice bounce yesterday, gave most of it back, and now probably giving back pre-market. All the bounce, all the gap is going to be filled. So again, everything is given back. Netflix has earnings on Thursday, so looking really nice for a nice bounce. Probably going to go hit all-time high, looks like. Meta consolidating. Tech stocks, I don't want to go into, but anything you can looks good. It's probably gonna bounce at some point. AVGO got registered near 200 moving average. NVDA also announcing $500 billion investment, now weakening because they have to spend money. Again, you can see a lot of these stocks are just still a good time to buy. Toronto Stock Exchange also looks like it wants to do probably this gap fill today. We'll see if it can do that. Hang Seng Index, China looking good after 9 counts buy signal going higher. It could come back to fill this gap, so keep that in mind. Probably it might have filled this gap, still not filled, you can see. We'll see. Bond, 7 counts buy signal on bond. TLT still a bit weak. Trump needs to come and do some damage repair. ITB trying to recover house and construction. Commodities, oil still weaker. Back testing this broken resistance. Support became resistance now. Natural gas, 8 counts buy signal. This gap is filled. I was saying this gap will fill at some point. Next is also this gap here, so it might be coming to 3.08 next. This gap to fill, and then there's also this gap around 2.79. Gold keep looking bullish, keep going higher. Silver just following gold, V-shaped recovery. Copper again little pullback. Sugar nearby zone. Wheat near trend line. This is corn by the dip. Dollar very very weak. Trump policies are putting dollar weak. Gold miners again new highs. Again, I won't be chasing any of these. My request, one of my subscribers requested CRM. CRM, you can see divergences are happening. You can see RSI. If I zoom in, little divergence here. You can see here, very flat kind of, not a lot of divergence, but you can see very, very oversold and dark red background and now taking a bounce. Okay, these are all the gaps to fill on CRM to the top side. And if I go to 1 hour chart, again finding resistance on this blue lines, 200 EMA, SMA, and EMA. Really needs to break out of that to fill some of these gaps. A break above that, all these gaps are gaps to fill, okay, until new all-time high. So just be patient, keep holding CRM. Eventually it's gonna recover. Weekly chart, you can see founding support on this 200 moving average weekly, which is very good sign. Getting a 9 counts buy signal on weekly, so which could mean that we are going higher sooner than later. Again, just keep holding. I think it's gonna be a good bounce whenever we get. Right now, main resistance, if we get a bounce from here, next resistance will be here. You can see this whole area. Probably this top 277.39. So it really needs to bounce, then maybe make a higher low and then keep bouncing higher. AMD also, so you can see similar story in all these tech stocks, like in finding resistance here where they are right now, same as S&P 500, not easy to break. So we'll see how things, today's very critical day. We'll see what they do, bulls and bears. CNQ also trying its best, massive gap here. They will fail at some point, trying its best to go and recover that. And then VIX at the end, you can see going down, multiple gaps. So let's see, actually there's a top gap as well, which is not a good news. If I go to 1 hour chart, there is this top gap. So there could be a time when we will see some dump. Could it be today? And that will help VIX fill this top gap. So basically it could be something like from here, bounce here, fill this gap, and then going higher. So that's going to be lower high and then keep going lower. And that will be uh, surprisingly, there are no gaps on S&P 500 to the downside, which is good news. All the gaps are to the upside, even on Nasdaq. So I don't know what that's gonna fill, but that's just keep that in mind. This could happen. Else, I would like if it just keeps crushing down. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button on your way out, and if you want to join my channel and want to know about these levels, which I share with my subscribers every hour, which will help you keep on the right side of the trade, click the join button and then let me know your user ID and I will add you to Discord members group where I share this level. You can ask me any questions, any levels of any stocks I can also give you, and the stocks I'm buying and selling also I will share with you. All right, have a good day and I'll talk to you later.